Hey everybody, my name is Haley Warren, and for lesson 2, I'm going by Alabama's state course of study under 5th grade and doing number 10, which is adding decimals using a drawing strategy. And this activity relates back to ALTA because under exam 3, we went over decimals in one of the assignments. And the name of this activity is modeling with a hundreds grid. All you need for this activity is some cut up pieces of graph paper, and they're 10 by 10 little sheets, 10 squares on each side, and some colors of your choice. You can use crayons, markers, highlighters. I'm using highlighters. And your problems, your decimal addition problems, wrote down onto cards, little strips of paper like this, whatever you want to do. And I wrote my answers on the back, so when I get done with the problem working out, I can check it, flip it over and check it. And that's a good idea for students too, 5th grade students, so they can check their work without having to call the teacher over. And this is a really good hands-on activity because they can pick the colors they want to use, which is a good idea, so they can be creative and they get to color all while doing math. I'm going to give my credit for this assignment to ALTA because on one of the problems I had and during one of the activities, there was grids being used, going by 10s. So I thought of getting the graph paper and stuff, something I could easily get the materials for, and it's an easy hands-on work. I would say this activity would take about 30 minutes depending on how many problems you had, just from start to finish, the kids picking out their colors and to everybody being done. All right, I'm going to show you how to do this assignment now. So in front of me, I have 2 colored markers, my 10 by 10 graph sheets, and my problems. So I'm going to take one of my problems and one of my grid sheets, and I'm going to take my first color, and that's going to be for the first one in the addition problem. And then my other color will be for this one. So I'm going to look at my 10th place, and there's a 6. So I'm going to color 6 rows of 10 orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to color those in. Okay. And there's nothing in the hundredths place, so I'm going to move on to the next number. And in the 10th place, there's a 1, so I only need to color 1 row of 10. And in the hundredths place, there is a 3. So I'm just going to color 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. So I need to count my row of 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 0.7, and then I have 3 squares remaining. So my answer would be 0.73, and I can turn it over on the back and see that 0.73 is the correct answer. All right, I'll just set those to the side so they could be checked by a teacher if they needed to be, and I'll grab another problem. So my first one, blue. My second one, orange. I'm going to look at my 10th place, and that is a 2. So I'm going to color 2 rows of 10 blue. And there is 2 in the hundredths place, so 1, 2. And we're moving on to this one. 4 rows of orange, because there's a 4 in the 10th place. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is a 1 in the hundredths place, and I color 1. So we're going to see how many rows we have of 10s. How many rows of 10 we have? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, So 0.6, and then there's 1, 2, 3. So 0.63 should be our answer. And I'll flip it over, and I see that 0.63 is the answer. So we'll work out one more problem. And that one would be blue. And this would be orange. And using the 2 different colors just keeps up with how many rows of 10 you have. And there is a 4 in the 10th place. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to color all of those in. 4 rows of 10. And this would be a lot easier if you could print off a big grid, and laminate it and give the kids color dry erase markers so they could color them in and then just erase it and move on to the next. But obviously I don't have access to that. But that is what I would do in a classroom. Same with these, and you could reuse them every year. And so in our 100th place, there's a 1. So I'm just going to color 1 blue one. We're done with the blue. And we look right here, there's a 3 in the 10th place. So 3 rows of 10. 1, 2, 3. But if you don't want to reuse them, this is a quick, easy way for a student to do an activity and then just dispose of it when they're done. And there's 3 in the 100th place. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going to count our rows of 10. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 0.7 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we could take this, we see that's 3 plus 1 is 4, so 0.74. Turn it around. I wrote the correct answer on the back so I know it's right. And so on. I will just go through the rest of these problems that I have if I had more time and continue with my grid sheets. I think about 8 of these problems is enough for the student to go over it. If you had, I had some bigger ones wrote down, and see that 7 plus 6, which is more than 10 rows of 10 going across. So I would take 2 of them together and work it out like that. So I would color 7 rows and then 6 rows and add all those together if you had big numbers. But if you're working with smaller numbers like 4 and 3, you just need 1 sheet. All right, thank you everybody for watching my activity, and I hope it was helpful and that you enjoyed it. And I would definitely use this in a classroom as something quick and easy. It's a very easy and hands-on activity. Thank you.